Hi, I'm Scot Mentzer with Orchard Hill Mortgage, and this is your weekly mortgage update. So let's take a look at last week's mortgage rate recap. So rates were steady last week. After mortgage rates reached the highest levels in October, rates have started to fall in November, remaining steady last week, mainly due to the Thanksgiving week holiday. Rates are lowering due to markets believing the Fed is done raising rates. So this hopefully will be a continuing pattern, and rates will continue to fall into the future and into 2024. So rates are likely to remain slightly unchanged this week, or they could improve slightly. There's not a lot of economic data. There is an inflation report coming out on Wednesday, but that shouldn't affect rates much. Though there is an inflation gauge coming out next week, and the following week labor data that could influence rates. And then there's the Fed meeting in December. But markets do believe that the Fed is done raising rates, and hopefully in 2024 we should see rates improve due to the Fed continuing their hold or pause on their rate increases. Some speculators believe they could start lowering their Fed rate, which then would indirectly affect mortgage rates, causing them to hopefully improve. So what's affecting rates this week? We have economic data and the Fed. For economic data, this week includes consumer confidence data, a revision of the third quarter GDP, and the PCE inflation report, along with lots of housing data. Signs of a slowing economy could help rates hold steady, while signs of economic strength could pressure rates to creep slightly higher. And with the Fed, markets believe the Fed is done raising rates and are looking for signs of when the Fed will begin to actually cut rates in 2024. So that is what markets are looking for. They believe the Fed is done raising rates, and they want signs for the rate cuts, and that if that is what occurs, then that will be good for mortgage rates, and we could see improvements in the new year. Well, that's all I have for this week's episode of the Mortgage Rate Update. I'm Scot Mentzer, Orchard Hill Mortgage, and hopefully I'll see you again next week.